Hey everyone, in this video we'll cover how to change colors in Grease Pencil in Blender 2.8. When you first launch Blender, you start with this default cube scene. We're just going to delete the cube by right-clicking to select the cube and then pressing X on our keyboard and then Enter to delete. Next we're going to add a Grease Pencil object by pressing Shift-A on our keyboard, making sure the Grease Pencil menu option is selected, and then choose a blank Grease Pencil object. Next, we're going to draw out a stroke by changing from object mode to draw mode, and then left-clicking with our mouse and dragging to draw out a stroke. And we want to change the color of this grease pencil stroke. So to do that, we're going to head over to our Material tab in the Properties editor. Right now, this particular stroke is already signed with the default grease pencil color, which is this material.001, which is made up of a black stroke, as you can see here, and a black fill. But the black fill is set to invisible, and you can actually change the visibility of that fill by changing the alpha value from 0 to 1. But we don't want to do that, so what we want to do is change the color. So to do that, we're going to click on the plus button up here to create a new material slot, and then we're going to create a new material by pressing the new button, and then heading over to the fill to add a new color. We're going to change that fill color from black to, say, a light blue. And also we have to make sure to change the visibility of this fill from alpha 0, which is invisible, to alpha 1, which is visible. Next, we need to apply this color to our black stroke here in the viewport, but first we need to select the stroke. So to do that, we're going to head over to Edit Mode, right-click to select the stroke. We can't actually see the selection because we need to head over to Overlays and change the vertex opacity from 0 to 1. And there you can see that the vertex is selected as indicated by that orange dot. But we want the entire stroke to be selected. So to do that, press L on your keyboard to select the entire stroke. And then next, head over to your Properties tab in the Material tab. Make sure the color that you want is selected, and then press Assign to assign that color. And as you can see, it assigned the light blue fill with a black stroke. Now if we don't want that black stroke, we can change the color, like so, to whatever we want, or we can change the stroke alpha to 0 if we want, or we can change the color of the stroke to the exact same color as this fill by left-clicking the fill and then dragging it to the color of the stroke. But I'm going to change the color of the stroke back to black, and I'm going to change the stroke thickness by going over the Grease Pencil Object tab, heading over to Adjustments, and then changing the stroke thickness to something much thicker. And as you can see, there is this artifact or issue with Blender 2.8 Alpha 2. Maybe this will be addressed in the beta, but the stroke has a black, the outer stroke is pure black, but the inner stroke seems to be mixing with the fill. So the workaround is to go back to your Material tab and change the stroke mode type from line to dots. And that addresses the issue. So that's how you change colors in Grease Pencil. Hope you found that useful.